is the process of extracting useful materials from surface of the earth. Mining is the industry or activity of removing substance such as coal or metal from the ground by digging. Ito ang proseso ng paghuhukay o pagbubungkal ng lupa upang makuha ang mga yamang mineral. Ang unang dalawang litrato ay pagpapakita ng pagmimina, sa tabi naman nito ay pagproseso.
9 process of mining. First one is mining open pit and underground. To define the ore from the waste rock, samples are taken and assayed. Assay results are used to mark out areas of ore and waste rock, which are mined separately. Some of the harder areas require blasting to loosen the rock prior to excavation by hydraulic diggers. Dump trucks hauls the rock to the primary crushers into the open pit or to the ore stockpiles from underground. Second one is crushing. The primary crushers located at the open pit mine site receive ore and waste at separate times. They break the larger rocks down to a size suitable for transport on the floor conveyor belt. Third one is transport. A rubber-belted conveyor transports the ore and waste rock from the open pit, approximately 2 kilometers, via a tunnel through Union Hill to the mill and waste rock embankments. Large electromagnets remove any steel debris excavated from the old Marta mine workplace. Fourth one is grinding and sizing. Ore from both open pit and underground is stockpiled separately at the mill before being fed into a SAG with lime water and steel balls. SAG is an acronym for semi-autogenous grinding. The larger particles from this mill are returned the SAG mill for more grinding in a ball mill and are size classified to give a final product of 80%. 5 is leaching and adsorption. A slurry of ground or water and a weak cyanide solution is fed into large steel leach tanks where the gold and silver are dissolved. Following this leaching process, the slurry passes through 6 adsorption tanks containing carbon granules which absorb the gold and silver. This process removes 93% of gold and 70% of silver. 6 is elution and electrowinning. The loaded carbon is fed into an elution column where bullion is washed off. The barren carbon is recycled. The wash solution pregnant electrolyte is passed through electrowinning cells where gold and silver is won onto stainless steel cathodes. 7 is bullion production. The loaded cathodes are rinsed to yield a gold and silver bearing sludge which is dried, mixed with fluxes and put into the furnace. After several hours, the molten materials is poured into a cascade of molds producing bars of the bullion. 8 is water treatment. Some water from dewatering the mine from the embankment under drains and decant. Water from the tailings pond is recycled for use in the grinding circuit. Excess water is pumped to the water treatment plant and treated to the required standards before discharge into the Ohennemori River. 9 is tailings disposal. Waste rock from the open pit mine is used to build the embankment structures. The embankments retain the tailings slurry in a pond where solids settle and compact. Water is decant of use in the process plant or treated before it discharged. So this is the process of mining. First one is mining open pit underground. This is to define the ore from the waste rock. Second one is crushing the primary crushers that located at the open pit mine site. Third one, the transport. A rubber belted conveyor transports the ore and waste rock from the open pit. The fourth one is grinding and sizing. Ore from both open pit and underground is stockpiled separately at the mill before being fed into a SAG mill or semi-autogenous grinding mill with lime. The fifth is leaching and adsorption. A slurry of ground ore, water, and a weak cyanide solution is fed into large steel leach tanks where the gold and silver are dissolved. The number 6, elution and electrowinning. The loaded carbon is fed into elution column where bullion is washed off. 7. Bullion production. The loaded cathodes are rinsed to yield a gold and silver bearing sludge, which is dried. And number 8, water treatment. It is some water from the watering the mine. And 9, tailings disposal, which is waste rock from the open pit mine is used to build the embankment structures. Digging deeper mining methods explained: open pit, underwater, and underground mining. These are the three main methods of mining we use to extract our products from the ground. In this Digging Deeper article, we take a look at these different methods and provide a glimpse into what each involves. Number 1. Open pit mining. Open pits, one of the most common mining methods, use and starts from the Earth's surface, maintaining exposure to the surface throughout the extraction period. The excavation usually has steps to ensure the safety of the miners and wide ramp where equipment can travel, allowing the product to be removed efficiently from the site. Advantages of open pit includes powerful truck and shovels can be used to move large volumes of rock. Equipment not restricted by the size of the opening you are working in. Faster production. Lower cost to mine means lower grades of ore economic to mine. This simple graphic display sequence of events for the open pit mining cycle. Underground mining. Underground mining is used to extract ore from below the surface of the earth safely, economically, and with as little waste as possible. The entry from the surface to an underground mine may be through a horizontal or vertical tunnel known as an adit shaft or decline. Underground mining is practical when the ore body is too deep to mine profitably by an open pit. The grades or quality of the ore body are high enough to cover costs. Underground mining has a lower ground footprint than pit mining. What is underground mining? The underground mining methods used include room and pillar narrow vein, stopping, and large-scale mechanized mining. Room and pillar mining. A style of mining where tunnels are driven in a chessboard pattern with massive square pillars between them which are gradually cut as the work proceeds. We use this for mining. Narrow vein stopping is performed in an underground excavation along geological veins, distinct sheet-like body or bodies of crystallized minerals within a rock where the minerals is mined and removed. To support underground mine stopping, we also have to make excavation for engine rooms and pump chambers, or for access purpose, such as shaft, drives, winds, and races. We use this for mining platinum. Large-scale mechanized mining. Long wall mining, where a long wall of coal is mined in a single slice, usually by a large machine. Sub-level caving, where levels of the ore are blasted by explosives. Block caving, where large areas of the ore body are blasted and extracted with assistance of gravity. 3. Underwater mining. Underwater mining is necessary when the product you've identified is located within an aquatic environment like seafloor. It's a unique challenge and one that requires a responsible approach that thoughtfully considers the local ecosystem. We conduct underwater mining with purpose-designed ships using either a remotely operated underwater vehicle or drill technology at depths of 100 to 400 meters below sea level. In situ leaching. It is also called as an in situ recovery or solution mining. It is a mining process used to recover minerals such as copper and uranium through boreholes drilled into a deposit. Works by artificially dissolving minerals occurring naturally in a solid state.
Milling is the process of grinding, cutting, pressing, or crushing a material in a special machine. And it is a process or can be done with a wide range of machine tools and using rotary cutters to remove material by advancing a cutter into a workpiece. And it is also known as fine grinding, pulverizing, or comminution. It is distinct from erushing or granulation, in which involves size reduction to a rock, pebble, or grain size.
What are the four methods of milling? String milling is quite similar to single-piece milling, but the only difference being that instead of a single piece, there are several parts which is simultaneously fixed and are worked upon. Index milling refers to a special kind of milling operation wherein the machine is set to perform identical operations on a workpiece. Each of these identical operations is performed one after the other by indexing the workpiece into a new position. A very good example of such a process in the gear grooves are cut in succession one after the other. Copy milling technique refers to where a design or cut is difficult to make by itself. Hence, it is first made in the form of a master template, which is turned in use to guide the toolpath. Hence, basically, the template is an original from which the other parts are copied, just like you would photocopy a document from an original paper in the Xerox machine. Gang milling refers to the situation when a gang or group of cutters is used to simultaneously work on the workpiece in order to produce the desired shape. Single-piece milling. This method is used for milling a single job work which is held on the milling machine. It is important to note that the piece has to be worked in a single machine cycle for it to be classified under this category of milling methods. Reciprocal milling refers to the process wherein the time taken to load and upload the job work from the fixture on the milling table is minimized by utilizing two fixtures which are ready at the same time for milling one after the other. There are several other types of milling methods apart from these, and each of these methods have their own unique features.
So, the differences of mining and milling. Mining is the process of getting minerals in the soil by the use of digging. Milling, it is the process of grinding minerals into smaller pieces. They are both involves extraction of minerals. So, thank you for listening, and I hope you've learned something.